You've done some sales training for your health business, but it feels so stressful. That tightness in your chest, the churning in your stomach, that lump in your throat that happens when you go into sales conversations. Even though you've closed some clients, it just feels so dreadful to go and do any of the sales activities in your business. And this is costing you a lot because you know that your service is absolutely phenomenal and you would like to help more people. But that dread, that disappointment when people don't buy, all of which are normal, by the way, that fear of being rejected, all of these things are currently stopping you from putting yourself out there unapologetically and even raising your prices. All of these symptoms that I just described to you are all signs of your nervous system being dysregulated as you go through sales processes. And this is not a bad thing. This is actually a normal thing that your nervous system does to give you signals and messages that it's uncomfortable. And if you're growing your business, that's part of the process, right? But if this dysregulation is running the show, it is going to further cost you sales because of these three main reasons. The first one is when you're dysregulated, your clients can feel it. So even if your service is really, really good, when you feel like a pressure cooker is about to explode inside of you, our nervous systems connect unconsciously with other nervous systems. We are wired to be that way. And so we're consistently looking at the unconscious cues of the people in front of us. And so if you're sitting with a client in a sales call, they're unconsciously picking up cues from your nervous system. And if they're feeling that you're about to explode like a pressure cooker, they probably won't know consciously what that is or think, oh, this person is nervous. But they'll just unconsciously pick up subtle cues within your body language and they'll falsely conclude that you might not be the right person for them because they're feeling the dysregulation, they're feeling that pressure. And no one likes to be pressured into making decisions, right? So if your internal state is full of pressure, like you're about to explode and you're really, really tense in your conversations with your clients, they'll just pick up that pressure and intenseness naturally, and they may interpret it as you're not a safe person to invest in. So therefore, when you regulate your nervous system and when you have that sense of solidity and even curiosity when you're in the sales process, you are going to give off a different type of energy to your clients, one that is more welcoming, which then increases their ability to trust you, which is needed for a sale. And second, when you're really stressed out in general because of life, and when you're stressed out going into your sales conversations with your clients, stress in and of itself, it's not just a mind thing. People think that stress is in the mind, but it's actually in the body. And when stress is in the body, it not just affects your brain, but it also affects the bodily processes in your body. That's why you feel your chest being tight. That's why you feel that lump in your throat and your stomach churning. Stress, that is stress talking. And when a lot of things are going on in your body, like the first tip, your clients can feel that, but also because a lot of energy is being expelled and used up by your system, the parts of your brain that you need in sales calls and you need to be effective and a high performing in your business, those get down regulated because there's too much energy being wasted on being stressed, thinking that you are being chased by Scar and hyenas, right? And so when you're in this stressed out state chronically, then the areas of your brain and body that are involved with comprehension, with language, with critical thinking, decision making, those don't get down regulated, and not a lot of resources are going to go to those specific areas in your brain, which is the frontal area here, all are needed for good performance, leadership, and emotional regulation in business. So therefore, if you do regulate your nervous system, these natural areas in your brain are going to light up, which means that making decisions, you will make decisions and stick to it. You will understand what you're learning in sales, marketing, or becoming a more effective practitioner. It will stick more. You'll comprehend it better. You'll stop forgetting things, little things, right? And you will also you'll be able to focus and regulate yourself when you're in a high stakes situation, such as a sales call. And the third reason why your nervous system is key to more sales is because you don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall back to the wiring and the capacity of your nervous system. What this means is that when you are chronically in survival modes, for example, you're chronically in fight or flight, which means that in this state, all of your energy is being placed on either fighting or running away. In the business sense, if you are stuck in this mode, then the actions that you take, for example, working on content, you are just going to either run away from it and do anything else but. So you'll deep clean your house instead of actually creating content or making that next offer or raising your prices. When you are also in the fight response, when you are with your clients, you are going to have that pressure feeling that you are going to want to fix them. And as human beings, although you are a health practitioner and you help your clients heal, you don't heal your clients. Your clients heal themselves, and they know this unconsciously. And so if you're like this going, I gotta fix you because you're very fighty, then they'll resist. They will not get the results they paid you for. They'll be disappointed, and you'll start thinking that you are not good enough, which is really not true. What you're doing is that you're just stuck in the survival state and you just don't know about it. Same thing if you're in the survival state of shutdown and freeze. You're just not going to do anything. You're going to procrastinate. You're going to want to do things, but end up not being consistent with it because your nervous system is stuck in the no-go energy conservation mode. So you just won't have that drive to grow, and your business stalls, right? You don't get the clients, you don't get the impact, you don't get to live out your purpose. And of course, you get less sales. And so, to summarize the three things and the three very, very important principles that most people miss when it comes to getting more sales and getting more clients for your health business is number one, your potential clients can feel your dysregulation, which means they won't trust you not just to invest in, but also to open up to, because they will potentially misread your dysregulation cues as unsafe. And why would someone pay you if they feel unsafe with you, right? And second, stress wreaks havoc in your body, which then means that the areas of your brain that have to do with comprehension, critical thinking, and leadership, and all the executive function that is needed in business are going to be down regulated, which means that you won't be as productive, you won't grow as fast, and you can cost your life quality decades down the line if you don't take care of this today. And number three is you fall to the default survival patterns that you currently have. And so if your body is stuck in a survival state, then it won't grow, it won't expand, it won't feel safe to do uncomfortable things because it's really just trying to keep your ass alive. And so, unless you actually know how to work with your nervous system and get it into a regulated state, this is the state where your clients can feel very safe. They just don't know, but they know. They don't know, they can't explain it, but they know that they just gotta work with you. They just trust something about you that is what happens when you're regulated. And when you're not stressed out, all the beautiful parts of your brain are going to light up in terms of comprehensional critical thinking. You won't spend more money in courses that you're not going to even look at. You're going to be focused on the very main thing that you need to do for your business every day that produces income. And the other thing, number three, if your nervous system is regulated, then you'll just rise towards your goals because your body's no longer stuck in trying to keep you alive, but is now helping you to succeed, helping you to take action on the things that are required to grow your business. And so this is exactly why my 3,000 plus students and current nervous system clients prioritize nervous system regulation because it is key to our health of the body and the health of our business. When your business breaks down, your body breaks down because you're stressed out. When your body breaks down and you have migraines, stomach pains, joint pains, pneumonia, your business breaks down because you can't show up as your best version of yourself. These two are so intertwined, and that's why they succeed in having high ticket clients that pay in full. This is why they get referrals, and this is why their clients get first session results because they know how to regulate their nervous system. If you would like to get started on this journey, then I have complimentary introductions to the Rich and Regulated course, which you can check out in the comments below. Hope this helps, and I'll see you